guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the books I'll be reading this fall. I spent forever trying to find books that were not popular, but also throw in some that were, relevant, so we can get a little bit of everything. Fall is my season. Fall is the season of reading. Fall is all about getting cozy, the weather is cooling down, and I just imagine staying in and wrapping up in a blanket and just reading a really good book. So I'm really excited to talk about these books. I feel like I compiled a pretty good list, if I do say so myself. I'm a little biased, but let's just get right into it. I don't have them physically, so I'll be putting pictures on the screen for you because I'm trying not to buy any books until I read the books on my shelves, which I've not read most of, to be honest. The first one we have is Between by L.L. Starling. Okay, I read that this one gives the Princess Bride vibes, which if you have not watched that movie, definitely have a little movie night and watch it with a friend, by yourself, with your mom, whatever. It's so good. But this book is about a kindergarten teacher who travels through a portal to a different realm where she's declared the queen of Between, and she ends up betrothed to the king of the Between, and he wants to get out of there. This one definitely seems super cozy and it seems very out there. It has drunk unicorns and stuff, so I'm excited to read it. I think it's gonna be really entertaining. Pretty sure there's a second book or it's coming out, so if I like this then I'll also have that to look forward to. Now moving on to the next one. The second one is Barbie and the Villains. This one is about a girl named Barbie who is sucked into her favorite fantasy book. Hello? I feel like you also are thinking the same thing that I'm thinking right now. That's a dream. The hero in the book is her fictional crush, but when she gets to the world, he turns out to be kind of loco. He's trying to kill her, and she ends up locked in a dungeon with the villain of the book. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. They end up teaming up, and I'm sure sparks will fly. I'm so excited for this one. Okay, this next one is really similar to Barbie and the Villain, and it's called Of Elves and Embers. In this one, the main character, she goes through a portal to a different world, and in this world she's told she made a deal in her past life where she was an elven princess, which sounds like so much fun. And her love interest is the king, who throughout the book she starts having memories of, and memories of her past life, and she can tell he's not telling her everything. Books like this always intrigue me because whenever it's characters from two different worlds, you're how is this going to end? How are they going to stay together? And it just keeps you engaged and keeps you wanting to turn the page to find out what's going to happen. Okay, the next one is Nocticadia, if I think that's how you say it. This one is a forbidden romance. It's romance between a teacher and a student, but the setting is really what I'm about. It's in a university on a remote island, and I believe she's there to find a cure for whatever killed her mother. I'm just excited to see how this one unravels. I don't know what to expect at all. I just know she's finding a cure, and she ends up falling in love with her professor, who's I think his name is Dr. Death or something. I'm not the biggest fan of age gaps, so I hope the age gap isn't too big in this one, but overall I'm most looking forward to the setting. It seems very eerie and it's a gothic romance, so I think it'll just be perfect for fall. And the next one is Where the Dark Stands Still. I'm just gonna read the summary for this one because it's pretty short, and I'll put it on the screen too. Raised in a small village near the Spirit Wood, Liska Radost knows that magic is monstrous and its practitioners monsters. After Liska unleashes her own powers with devastating consequences, she is caught by the demon warden of the wood, the Leslie, I don't know how to say that, who offers her a bargain, 1 year of servitude in exchange for a wish. Whisked away to his crumbling manor, Liska soon discovers the sinister roots of their bargain, and if she wants to survive the year and return home, she must unravel her host's spool of secrets and face the ghost of his past. Those who enter the wood do not always return. Okay, this one kind of reminds me of the beginning of ACOTAR, only if Tamlin ended up being the one for Feyre. So we'll see how that one is. The ratings were good, so I'm just gonna trust the ratings this time. I think it'll be good. It's kind of enemies to lovers maybe? I don't know, but I'm a sucker for that, and it seems still very fall-esque. Next one up is an interesting name for a book, but I kind of like it. It's called That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. Kind of self-explanatory, but the characters are really where I think this one's gonna shine. This one is a fantasy rom-com with a black woman lead, and based on the description of the book, which I'll put here if you want to read it, and then you'll kind of understand what I mean. It seems like she's very quirky, and the book is just quirky. And it's just such a fun book where it's like, I'm gonna be laughing out loud during it, and I'm gonna love the character because she just seems like fun. I'm looking forward to the feel-good vibes on this one. I'm not completely sure what it's about. I know she saves a demon, and then I think he kind of just drags her along for a little adventure of him trying to kill a witch. So, yeah. That sounds like so much fun. Okay, now we're moving on to the more contemporary-ish romances. So the first one we have up is so popular, which makes me really excited to read it because, popular books are popular for a reason, and that is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. This one is about a girl who lives in Britain where there's like not a lot of witches, and she has to like conceal her powers. She feels a bit like an outcast. But after somebody finds out she's a witch, she's invited to this remote island to teach kids like how to harness their powers. And her love interest is a guy who's like very standoffish. He doesn't trust her. He thinks like she's no good for the kids. I'm looking forward to this one because I'm a sucker for an outcast who finds like a sense of belonging and found family vibes. I'm excited for this one. Okay, the next contemporary romance we have is Love and Other Conspiracies. So this one's about a producer who just got dumped by the guy who's like the star on the show she's producing. So I'm pretty sure she's kind of like, they dump her from that show, and now she has to find what to do next. And she finds this one guy who's very popular, like he does conspiracy theories for his podcast. So she teams up with him and they make this show together where I think he's like exploring and trying to find out about these conspiracy theories, and she's like there to be kind of the skeptic on the show. I love conspiracy theories and mixed romance, and I am there. Another like Halloween-esque fall book. I'm so excited for every single one of these books. My top ones would definitely be Between and Barbie and the Villain, and some honorable mentions of books I want to read, but books that I don't feel are necessary to talk about because you've probably heard of them, you've probably seen a lot about them. Fourth Wing, I've not gotten around to that yet. I do want to pick back up ACOTAR, and I also want to read The 7-Year Slip. I might not get around to Fourth Wing and ACOTAR because they just overwhelm me a bit, not gonna lie. Whenever it's a series, something about it, the commitment to it is a little intimidating, but we'll see. I definitely do want to read The 7-Year Slip. In summary, let me just say the names of every book we talked about, just in case you want to have it all in a list and look them up. We talked about Between, Barbie and the Villain, Of Elves and Ember, Nocticadia, Where the Dark Stands Still, That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, and Love and Other Conspiracies. So those are all of my books I want to read this fall, and I hope that this gave you some inspiration too. Let me know if you've read any of these books, and if they're worth reading, if they're not worth reading. I have a good feeling about these ones, so fingers crossed. I'm really looking forward to fall. I hope that I can get through tons of books, because now is officially the time to get cozy with a blanket and book, bake some treats, and make hot chocolates. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some inspiration. Like and subscribe if you want to, and hopefully you'll see me starting one of these books. There's quite a few that are on Kindle Unlimited. Will not break the budget. So thank you so much. I will see you next time.